Two agents built in completely different frameworks just collaborated on a task with zero custom integration code, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set that up. If you have built agents with LangGraph, Creo AI or any other framework, you have probably hit this wall. Your agents can use tools through MCP, but they can't talk to each other across framework boundaries. Every integration is a custom, brittle, one-off connection. Google's A2A protocol solves this. It's an open standard now governed by the Linux Foundation, and by the end of this video, you'll have a working agent-to-agent server and client that can discover and delegate tasks to any compliant agent. So what is agent-to-agent? The simplest way to think about it is this. MCP standardizes how agents connect to tools, and A2A standardizes how agents connect to each other. It was introduced by Google in April 2025, donated to the Linux Foundation 2 months later, and now has over 150 organizations backing it. The protocol is built on standards you already know: HTTP, JSON RPC, and server-sent events, so there's no exotic transport layer to learn. The important thing to understand is that A2A and MCP are complementary. You use MCP when your agent needs a tool, and you use A2A when your agent needs another agent. A2A has 4 core building blocks you need to know. First is the agent card. It's a JSON document served at well-known URL that describes what an agent can do, what input it accepts, and how to authenticate. Think of it as a digital business card. Second is the message, which represents a single turn of communication between a client and a server agent. Third is the task. This is where it gets interesting. When a client sends a message, the server can create a task, which is a stateful unit of work that progresses through a life cycle: submitted, working, and then either completed, failed, or cancelled. And fourth, the task can produce artifacts, which are the actual output: text, files, structured data that get sent back to the client. Here is how a typical A2A interaction flows. The client agent starts by fetching the server agent's agent card from a well-known URL, and that's how it discovers what the remote agent can do. Then the client sends a message via JSON RPC POST request. The server evaluates that message and creates a task to track the work. As the agent processes the request, the task moves through its life cycle, from submitted to working, and when it's done, the server sends back the result as an artifact. The key insight is that all of this happens over plain HTTP, so you can deploy A2A agents anywhere you would deploy a web server. Here is what we're going to build. On the server side, we'll create a research agent powered by LangGraph and expose it as a fully compliant A2A server, complete with an agent card, skill definitions, and the task handler. On the client side, we will write a script that discovers the server agent, sends it a research query, and receives the result. The entire stack is Python with the official A2A SDK and LangGraph. Let's jump into the code. Now let's start by creating a new folder and moving inside of it. Next, we create a new Python virtual environment, and we also activate it. Now we are going to install the dependencies that we need. The A2A SDK package with the HTTP server extra gives us the Starlet-based server components and the client utilities. We are also installing LangGraph for the agent logic, HTTPX as our async HTTP client, and Python.env so we can load our API key from an environment file. The next step is to create a new file and call it .env. And here we put our OpenAI API key. After that, we create the first Python file and we call it agent.py. Now let's build the actual agent logic first. This is standard LangGraph setup, and it's completely independent of agent to agent. We create a simple research agent that takes a query and returns a summary using GPT-4o Mini. The important thing to understand here is that your agent framework doesn't matter. You could swap this out for Creo AI, Google ADK, or even raw Python. A2A doesn't care about the internals. All it cares about is the interface we expose. For simplicity, we are using a basic invoke pattern, but in production you would add tools, retrieval, and multi-step graphs. The next file that we need to create is called AgentExecutor.py. This is the bridge between A2A and your agent, the agent executor. We inherit from the SDK's abstract AgentExecutor class and implement 2 methods, execute and cancel. The execute method is where incoming messages get processed. We extract the user's input from the request context, invoke our LangGraph agent, and then push the result back through the event queue using the new agent text message utility. Notice the await on enqueue event. This is an async method in the current different SDK, so forgetting to await it will silently fail. The beauty of this pattern is that we don't need to manage tasks or artifacts manually. The default request handler wraps our message into the right response format automatically. Next, we create the server.py file, and inside of this file we wire everything together. At the top, we load our environment variables so the OpenAI key is available. Then we define our agent card. This is the JSON document that tells clients what our agent can do. The agent's queue describes a specific capability with an ID, name and description. The agent card bundles that skill with metadata like the agent's name, URL and supported modes. Below the card definition, we set up three components. The default request handler, which routes incoming JSON RPC calls to our executor and uses an in-memory task store for task lifecycle management. The A2A Starlet application, which builds an ASGI app that serves the agent card at the well-known endpoint. And finally, UVcorn to run it all. When this starts, any A2A client can discover our agent and send it tasks. Now, before we continue with the client implementation, let's verify that the server is working. Type python server.py and run it. Once the server is running successfully, you can go to a new terminal and send the request to the well-known agent card endpoint. Here in the response you can see things like the description, which is a LangGraph powered research assistant, the name, which is a research agent, and the skills that the agent have. So that verifies that the server is running as expected. Now let's build the client. We create a new file called client.py, and let's have a look at the code. The SDK provides a ClientFactory class that handles agent discovery and transport setup in a single call. ClientFactory.connect takes the server URL, fetches the agent card from the well-known endpoint and returns a ready-to-use client. We pass a client config with a custom HTTPX client that has a 60-second timeout. This is important because LLM calls can take longer than the default 5-second timeout. To send a message, we construct a message object with a user role and a text part, then iterate over the response stream. Even for non-streaming responses, the new client API returns an async generator, so we use async for. The response contains the agent's answer as a JSON RPC result. And now we are ready to do an end-to-end test. Let's run our server again and make sure that it is running. After that, we go to a new terminal and execute our client code. What happens is that the client discovers the agent by fetching its agent card, sends a research query as a message and receives the response. That's the entire A2A lifecycle. Discovery, delegation, execution and result in about 80 lines of Python across both server and client. Here in the response, you can see the actual output of the agent. The key takeaway here is that you can swap out the LangGraph agent for any framework and the client code doesn't change at all. That's the power of having a standardized protocol between your agents. Let's recap what we built. We created a fully compliant agent-to-agent server that exposes a LangGraph research agent with a discoverable agent card, and we built a client that finds that agent and delegates tasks to it, all using the official Python SDK. The three things to take away from this are: first, A2A complements MCP. Use MCP for tools, use A2A for agents. Second, the agent card is what makes zero configuration discovery possible. Any compliant client can find your agent and understand what it does. And third, the protocol is completely framework agnostic. You can swap LangGraph for Creo AI, ADK or raw Python and no client code changes. From here, you could add streaming support using the message stream endpoint, implement proper authentication for production, or try building a multi-agent system where agents discover and delegate to each other dynamically. If this was useful, subscribe to ByteBuilder. We're covering the entire AI agent stack from protocols to production. I'll see you in the next one.